Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahashah Ba'ashem Kodash Dabala on the Son today. All the apostles are great millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. Shalom to the sincere Akim across the world. Now, this is a follow up on what's really going down. For example, what's going on with the housing market, the chip market, the products market, and stuff like that. And also the clothing stores that are being closed right now, forced foreclosed. And the companies are buying those mid-class people, their stores that sell clothing and stuff like that. They're buying it over for cheaper because they're in debt anyway. And so they're buying it over, as they say in America, they say I think it was hand over fist or something like that. Right. And I'm going to put a few links in the description box, and I'm trying to keep it short. 8 predictions for the world in 2030. 1. I'll put the link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. All products will become services. I don't own anything. I don't own a car. I don't own a house. I don't own any appliances or any clothing. So they want you to basically rent everything, just how you are monthly paying for Netflix, for example, right about now, which is services, right? It says here, writes Danish MP Ida Auken, which is another Edomite demon, one of the so-called elites of this planet Earth. And you're going to see her eyes like she fucking Satan, man. Check this shit out. Like, that's a devil. I don't know if you could see demons, man, but I look at certain people and I'm like, God damn, you look evil. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even trying to be funny. Look at this. This looks like she, I don't know, eat babies, swallow goat sperm, and doesn't even gag when she do that. Just looking at her face, them eyes. I see some satanic people sometimes, man, like for this one. Like, she can't wait to do you something. Like, she's finna get you. Shit. Look at these eyes, man. The scripture says the eyes are the windows of the soul, right? When you look at somebody, you can just look at them and be like, man, you ain't right, man. Anyway, going on. They shall not fulfill the enterprise. Job chapter 5 first off. But anyway, going on. Now it says here, shopping is a distant memory in the city of 2030. Why you think all them stores is foreclosing now? Because they want to? No, they're being shut. And then they have to go 6 months without selling something. Or you can buy online, but that's not really doing good, because them phones is off the chart. They just doing bad, man. The business ain't going like a well-molded oil. Did I say that right? A well-molded oil, right? A well-oiled motor, you had that. Right. It ain't going right, man. It ain't going smooth. For example, if they would make 100 sales a day, just an example, now they making only 20 a day. That's not really going to, line their pocket up with the profit. That's just going to line their pocket up in order for them to pay the bills, like the electricity, the gas, because having a business actually costs money too. You're not only making money, but it costs money. You need to make more than you use up in rent, because you gotta rent a location. Then you gotta buy stuff, ship stuff in, and that is also a big problem right now, concerning the containers and stuff like that, which is, where is it? The containers, what? Yeah, I'm gonna get to those articles, but wait a minute. It was right here. Shipping during this thing, why containers freight rates have surged. Like I said in the video before this, that let's say this cost 100,000 to ship. So let's say this thing over here, 23 December 2021, is a person that buys stuff, right? So he ships them stuff from China, which is this then, and in the normal, the normal rates, he only has to pay like 100,000 for this. But now with this thing going on, he has to pay like 500,000 for this. So now this little guy, he can't really afford that. And if he does pay 500,000 for it, for example, now he got to raise the price in the stores so that you get angry. In order to make himself some profit, he has to sell it for now more expensive. So that's what they're actually doing, and it's gonna trickle down to the food also. So where was I? Right here, right? I'm gonna put these links in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. Right. So on now 2, there is a global price on carbon. Basically, they want to make you pay for using their anything, especially if you got a car. Let me see. So to ditch fossil fuel, you have infinite energy already. You have you can generate electricity out of thin air. Now it says here, researchers from the American University of Massachusetts, whatever, have invented a device, air power generator that uses a natural protein to create electricity from humidity in the air. We are literally making electricity out of thin air. The air generates clean energy 24/7. So they can already do that, right? Then you have the weapon. The thing that Moses West has. Here. Soon. Get the fuck out of here. The thing is already here. And by the way, electric cars was already here since the 1920s. So how does Moses West machine work? Let me get that. Engineer Moses West's innovative machine creates safe, drinkable water out of thin air, the humidity in the air. No, it's not magic. West's, that's his name, Moses West. Water harvesting machine called an atmospheric water generator extracts moisture from the air, condenses it, and turns it into water. Basically, you could say almost as free water. You know why it's free water? Because this thing needs electricity, right? Well, where are you gonna get the electricity then? Well, then you hook it up to this. So you have this. No. Wait. Sorry. So then you have this, the infinite energy, basically, and then you hook up the machine. That's it. Boom. Done. Right? But these devils wanna still talking about we're gonna ditch fossil fuel. That's why they hated this guy that made the documentary Planet of the Humans. You should watch this, by the way. Right? They put it back on YouTube. They took it off for a while. Taken off. They took it off of YouTube, but it's back. Why did YouTube remove Planet of this? Why you think? Responsive claim of copyright infringement. Man, I seen worse copy infringement on YouTube than a motherfucker. It's just bullshit. They just playing around. Anyway, I'm gonna put this link in the description box and show you what they're lying to you concerning the free energy and green energy. They're lying to you concerning the green energy. Watch this thing. See why they hurt. See why they angry. Removed. They removed it, but now it's back because he won that case. But the fact that they took it off shows you what type of demonic people these people really are, because they've been exposed. And if you expose them, they take you off. Talking about this is harmful for people, or you're going against the WHO, their terms, what they feel, stuff like that. So yeah. This bullshit. They could have ditched it a long time ago. Like I said, there was in the 1920s. Nikola Tesla, he was driving around with a car with an antenna on the car, and then the car was generating energy itself, so it was an infinite loop. So the car had this. So the car was just had an antenna on it, and Nikola Tesla antenna car. Here. The Nikola Tesla electric car. They call it a hoax. Your mother. So it says here, refers to supposed in Nikola Tesla invention described by the who claimed to be a nephew of Tesla. That he claims. So claim is when you basically it's not the truth. State or assert that something is the case, typically without proven evidence or providing evidence or proof. Watch these devils with their little snake tongue, because they use words and trick you. He did make a car that ran on electricity, and it had an antenna on it. And this was in the 1931, yeah, but he was already busy in the 1920s. And the antenna was on this, was here. But of course, this is Google, so they're trying to take away all these pictures. But anyway, I don't want to go too much in this. You can try to look it up for yourself, but they're gonna call it a hoax as a liar would, right? But then they say that it's a. I did a video about this when I went into this, but yeah. Batteryless electric car. That's what he did. That's what he did. He did that. No battery, nothing. Nikola Tesla invention from 100 years ago suddenly makes more sense today. Suddenly. Right. What a joke. Okay, so now you could look him up for yourself. I made a video about it, but I forgot where it is, so sorry about that. It's on the channel. It's on the channel somewhere. Right. But I wasn't specifically talking about that. I was actually talking about a few other things, and then I brought it up, just like how I'm talking about the housing thing right now, and then I brought that up. But anyway, so yeah. So here, U.S. dominance is over. We have a handful of global powers. No, you don't. Because what they want to do is they want to have power. Like, they want to have a few companies going to have power over everything. Starting, for example, here. BlackRock and Vanguard net worth. As of 2021, Vanguard has more than 7.50 trillion in assets under management, and second to BlackRock Incorporation, which has 9 trillion. Think about that. And if you don't know what it means, it says here, do you know how much a trillion is? It's more than just a very big number. If you spend 1 million an hour nonstop for 24 hours a day, you wouldn't run out of 1 trillion for 411 years. And so on and so forth. The Earth has not even been around for 1 trillion seconds. The Earth. Don't believe in that garbage what they're telling you, like the millions of years and stuff like that. That's just another lie once more. And if you want to visualize how $1 trillion looks, oh, this is $100, of course. The 1 million is 1 million if you were to stack it up like in $100 bills, if I'm correct. Yeah, in $100 bills, right? Oh, this couch is made up of 4 million, for 64 million, 64.7 million $100 bills. 1 million. Right. This is 1 billion. And this would be then 1 trillion. $1 trillion. Here, as you can see. All right. And this would be the depth of America, which is 20 trillion. They're more in depth than that, by the way, by now, because that was in 2017. And basically, there you have it. This is the visualization of how a trillion would look if you had it in $100 bills. You would have to stack it up like this, a little taller than even the bitch is looking up like, what? Look at this demon. Right. It says how corporations are buying up houses, robbing families of the American nightmare. But you need to be asleep to dream, that's why. So this is the fun part. The fun part is this. If they're doing this with the houses, wait a minute, I have another, wait. Yeah, this is what I was looking for now. It says here that by 2016, 95% of the distressed mortgages on Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac's books were auctioned off to Wall Street investors without any meaningful stipulation. And private equity firms had acquired more than 200,000 homes in desirable cities and mid-class suburban neighborhoods, creating a tantalizing new asset class called the single-family rental home. So it's what they're doing is and they're tormenting and teasing with the sight of promise of something unobtainable, exciting one's senses or desire. Basically, they're making you greedy and throwing up a steak towards you. That's a fucking pork, but throwing up steak or chicken or any lawful meal according to the Bible. All the lawful meals according to the Bible. So no freaking shrimp or lobster or whatever. Basically, they're tormenting and teasing you with the houses that you can see but you can't buy it. Just like that PlayStation 5. A lot of people going bug wild crazy. And the GPUs, by the way, the graphic cards. People going crazy, man. You got... It's just funny. This world is... this system is really funny. But yeah. So that's what they're doing right now. And it says here that a 60 billion housing grab by Wall Street. Hundreds of thousands of single-family homes are now in the hands of giant companies, squeezing renters and for revenue and putting the American dream even further out of reach. And this was in 2021, right? But they've been doing this since 2016 or something. What did I just read? Yeah, since 2016, but it goes further than that. This was just the record of 2016. It goes further back than that. Right, like I said, I'm going to leave this in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. I haven't read everything, but I'm scanning it right now because, yeah. I might, when I have the time, when I have nothing to do, I might read it or something. But because it's funny to me, because everything is on purpose. So yeah, right. What was I watching this for? Oh yeah, somebody died. Yeah, it was Bop on a Saget. He's dead. I didn't even know. I was looking at this news here. This news article. And then I saw this one, lose the ability to walk, diagnosed with Gilligan-Bear syndrome. Like she went to Gilligan's Island or something like that. I don't even know what the hell that is, man. But then I scrolled down and I saw this by accident. So I'm asking, I think I know why they dead. You know? If I say it, they're going to flag this video. And now she's paralyzed. And I read somewhere, because I had it just then. No, not this guy. I read somewhere that she was an anti-vaxxer joker. Yeah, here. So it says here. Jameson had previously espoused anti-vaccine views on her social media. They had to put it in there. Now she can't walk. And this guy Bobby over here, he was, what happened to him again? Yeah, he was caught dead in a hotel. He was found dead, sorry, in a hotel. I think I just clicked that thing away then. Here, I think it is. But in real life, Saget, who was found dead in an Orlando hotel room. You might think I'm laughing at his death. I'm not actually really laughing. I just found his name always funny. Always is always a funny name. As soon as you say it, the first thing that comes to my mind is, you know. But he was doing good, right? Probably did something, because they said there was no drugs and stuff like that. And now this one is paralyzed. And I thought to myself, who is this female? Because I think I know her from somewhere. So I Googled her name, and it says she's a model, an American model. And I thought to myself, like, get the fuck out of here. This is a porn chick. And then I kept on reading, and oh. How come they don't say porn chick, huh? Or so-called porn star? Why they got to actually uplift her by calling her a model? This is not something that you model after. Model. You know what I'm saying? These females are not models, man. You shouldn't model yourself after them, and damn sure don't imitate them. A thing used as an example to follow or imitate is not what you want your daughter to look like, imitate, or follow. Anyway, these are the men that own the world, basically, right? Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street. The world's top 3 asset managers oversee 300 billion fossil fuel investment. So they own the fossil fuel industry and stuff like that. Oil, coal, and gas. Oil, coal, and gas. This is what they own. This is what they invested in. The money and stuff like that. 99%, really. 88, 98. Well, that's funny. But anyway, all these people be buying up all these houses, right? And it says hundreds of thousands. It says hundreds of thousands. It says hundreds of thousands. So and that's just one. That's just one place. That's just Wall Street. How much more the others? They're probably in a few million. And they said that America is behind 2 million houses or something like that. I think it was 5 million. They're 2 million short or something like that. Okay, then it was 5 million then. There are roughly 140 million homes in America that you could buy, but there's about 300 million people in America, and they need about 5 million more. But if these corporations keep on buying everything, then this is what's going to happen in the near future. This. I don't own anything. I don't own a car. I don't own a house. I don't own any appliances or any clothing. And the reason why you won't own a house is because first and foremost, they're going to buy everything, and then they're going to rent it to you because you're not owning anything. You ain't owning shit. That's what they actually are preparing for you to do. Farewell Hospital, Hello Hospital, right? And, we are eating less meat because that's what they also want to do. The South Park episode talks about this. Shows you this, but we knew that before South Park episode came out because we've been making videos that they want to take away the meat and then they want to replace it with insects. In the near future. Insects are a good replacement for meat because they are healthy and nutritious and what? Nutritious alternatives or something like that. Nutritious or whatever. Insects are rich of calcium, iron, zinc. Plants have the same thing too, by the way. The amount of proteins that can be derived from insects is even larger than the proteins that can be derived from meat. You believe these devils. This is what they push. Yeah, right. Like, if we want to save the planet, the future of food is insects. If we want to save, who's destroying the planet? You devils are. With what? With your industry and stuff like that. Replacing half the meat we eat with edible insects could what? Could save a third of the world's farmland. Gotta be. These Edomites are hella funny, man. Let me just wrap this video up, man, because they're funny as hell. Right. The corporations are robbing you, so there's no house shortage. They buying everything, and then they're gonna rent it to you. That's what they're doing. And it's all in the plan for this thing over here. You know, the values built in the West. These are all nonsense points. In 2030, we'll be ready to move humans toward the red planet. You ain't doing shit. You can't even get to the bottom of the sea. All right, then replacing meat with that. Let me see here. Right, you got this guy. He made $2 trillion in 2020, which is funny as hell. It says here, and Warren Buffett made out similarly well. After 2 years of big annual gifts to charity, 2.9 billion in 2020 and 4.1 billion in 2021, they balling, and they making like 300 million and stuff like that, and 110 billion, 300 billion. Right, and so yeah, how much money did he make? 6.7, right? But altogether, it says that, led by Elon Musk, crazy gains. American billionaires have added nearly 2 trillion to their fortunes during the pandemic. These devils is balling. And it says that there's only a handful of people actually made that money. Which is what, 20 people? 20 billionaires? 20? Here. Let me color this, man, so I don't have to miss it. The spoils are concentrated. Actually, I can stop from here. Yeah, whatever. Man. Right, so it says here, let me see. Today, they're worth nearly 5.3 trillion. In other words, U.S. billionaires have gotten more than 1.8 trillion richer since the pandemic began. The massive jump in billionaire wealth comes as markets have surged, and they're making money off of that. The S&P is up 45% since the start of 2020, while the Dow Jones Industrial Average has risen by 27%. The wealthiest Americans have, of course, beaten the market. They're 56% richer over that span. The spoils are concentrated at the top, right? Just 20 people account for more than half of all billionaire gains. And you should really ask yourself, so what pandemic did they go through? Funny as hell. And I just laugh because I know that these people are evil and the Heavenly Father is going to destroy them. That's why I laugh. I'm not worried at all. I'm not even bothering myself concerning, I want some of that money. Soon we're going to have you. So keep on building yourself up. It's going to be beautiful once you crash and fall down. You see, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. The richer they are, the more hurt they will be. So yeah, basically that's it, man. You got these companies, Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street. These three firms own corporate America. They own the world. And this was in 2017. And they already own everything already then. How much more now? Yeah, where is it? I had it here somewhere. Oh yes, listen to what this devil has to say.
I don't know how it will play out in November. I don't know how it will play out in November.
This was in 2020, by the way.
But what we know is that we will end up with many more unemployed, and particularly also people in the gray economy, which are not counted for, who lose their jobs. So we will see definitively a lot of anger already now, but
Anger. But he speaks like a moron, so it says angle, but it is anger.
probably increase by the end of the year.
The anger will increase by the end of the year.
Because this crisis will be with us until we really have found a remedy. So we have to prepare for a more angry world, and how to prepare.
We have to prepare for a more angrier world. Angrier world. So they already know that a lot of people gonna be angry, but they don't give a shit because what they're gonna do is they're gonna